My name is Harry, I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is February 12th, 2023. It is 12:21 a.m. I just took a wonderful nap and now I'm fully recovered. So I did this video earlier today and I quickly edited and put it out, and I appreciate some of the comments, and I appreciate that you appreciate the video. I gave my honest opinion and I let everybody know I'm not a lawyer. I'm not giving any legal advice or anything like that, just my opinion and whatever, and I share the documents with you. And I did put the, oh, did I put the link in the description? I could do that later. I'll check. I don't want to waste too much time. But yeah, I was reading some of the comments, and thank you for your appreciation. So I have a lot to share with you. On Twitter, I did not do the recording for that other video that I did, which I had already recorded, but the mic was off. So I need to record that, but first I want to do those new tweets that I came across. And I don't remember how many. It's a lot. It's a good amount, and hopefully I could squeeze, oh, what the hell, hopefully I could squeeze everything in one video. All right, let's get to it. All right, so this is that. Okay, have you guys seen this? It's beautiful. People spent all their buying spare to get the truth instead of paying for trash. Karma is real, y'all. So she retweeted this. Rupert Murdoch's News Corp says profits plunge 30%, announces 5% job cut. All right, so there's that. And I think I did share that with you on the community board when I came across it. All right, I'll go into that in a few and see what other people says. All right, they really are desperate for Meghan to show herself. They saw circulation figures and got desperate. And this is what I was saying in one of my videos. Not that I'm not saying it in a, like I'm happy Meghan went through the things that she did. It's just that I feel like God uses someone like Meghan to open some people's eyes, because Meghan is as close as a perfect human being. I understand there is no perfect human being. There are some flaws, I'm pretty sure. But based on when you compare Meghan to everyone else, she comes as close as perfect. Okay, for the amount of abuse that they're putting her through, and for her to still have the kind-hearted, and still she's fighting in her own way. Like for instance, that video that I did reading the court document, and she's not suing the sister back. All right, so you tell me this is as a, you know, calm and, I don't know, human being as from the outside. Okay, I'm sure there are some flaws, there are some stuff probably her friend, her family may not like about her when you really get deeper into nitpicking kind of thing. But the overall, the person that she is, the figure, the public figure that she is, you could say yes, she come as close as being perfect because the amount of abuse that she gets. Okay, excellent. Comma, 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 don't play. Comma is real indeed. What is that? I don't want to, oh, let me see. Prince Harry's book is so popular. They made a version for kids, but I get flagged for this. I'll play it, but if I, when I upload it, if I see I get flagged for it, I'll delete it. I'll cut it out.
The story of Prince Harold and his frozen yogurt slinger is so popular. They're now releasing a version for kids. I don't know if you know about this. It's a twist on The Princess and the Pea. It's called The Prince and the Penis, and it's
it's making joke about Harry's frozen penis.
By the way, if the kids are still up, this would be a good time to gather them around the TV because I have the honor of sharing a first read of the new book. And, well, here we go. The Prince and the Penis. At the chilly North Pole, a silly young codger took a walk in the snow and froze his wee todger.
Oh my God, I didn't see this. This is the first time.
The skin was discolored, all purple and white. When Harry peered down, 'twas a terrible fright. Oh, mummy, he cried with a scream, and from then on up high she appeared with some cream. My poor little prince, put this cream on your willy. It will lessen the ache and make it less chilly.
Oh my.
But mummy, did you not put this on your lips? Oh yes, my dear boy, and also my nips. But do not delay, or your knob be destroyed. But mummy, have you heard about Sir Sigmund Freud?
Oh my God. It's funny you mentioned Sir Sigmund Freud. A couple of times on my PYTE, I mentioned how psychologists, how crazy they were back then. And I think I mentioned, either I was thinking of his name, I didn't come close to remembering his name, or I put his name on the screen when I was editing. Something like that.
Mummy knelt down and gave him a squirt into the trousers where his winkles still hurt. And lo and behold, like the calm from a storm, his frozen cold snot stick was suddenly warm. He laughed and he smiled and he said to his mummy, "You rescued the snake that lives under my tummy." Then he tucked it back in and back to her cloud. His mother went soaring and said this aloud, "Should ever you have icy chills on your heart, just give it a rub with Elizabeth Arden."
Oh my God.
And everyone lived happily ever after in a castle next to Oprah's house.
Whoever wrote it did a pretty good job, and the rhyme and all of this. Okay, so I said I was gonna go into this. Let's see here. That video caught me off guard. I didn't know it was there. Okay, Rupert Murdoch's News Corp sees profit plunge 30%, announces 5% job cut. Okay, at Sam's E.B. John. Who is that? Sam Buckingham John. Media Marketing Journal. At the Australian Financial Review. Hit me up at Sam. Okay, that's his email. Nobody that. Okay, followed by Cat Singh. Okay, I don't know who's that. Okay, so this is an article. I don't know. I'll click. I don't know if I want to share this article. Let's see here. News Corp's media. I'll bookmark it. If you guys want it, I'll come back to it. Please always put the timestamp so I know what you're talking about, because I have my list. I could always go and see what you guys are talking about, and the link, I copied the link so I could go straight to it. Okay, News Corp media division include the Australian, the Daily Telegraph, Herald Sun, Times of London sees profit down 47%. Wow. Only 30%. Sigh. When did Murdoch acquire the Daily Telegraph? You're not high enough. Higher, please. That's true when you think about it. Why is that? Daily Fail readers can't afford to buy it anymore. Meghan Markle hasn't been seen for weeks. Oh well. There's that. Fantastic. Oh no, that's such a shame. Profit plunged 30%. Happy days. That's great news. Please God, make it continue to plunge until it's gone bankrupt. The sooner they all go, the better. Isn't the Dominion is suing Fox News? This is suing Murdoch, Fox News, regarding the, I think it was the 2020 election, because they were saying false accusation regarding the voting thing. Okay, hope it goes down 100%. All right, so there's more. You know what? I'll share the link. All right, check the description if you you could check it out yourself. Okay, there it is. I open it. You guys could check. All right, I'll leave the link. That's what Financial Review. Okay, News Corp could slash some 400 jobs in Australia, part of a global cut of what? 1,250 roles after reporting a 30% drop in operating earnings to US $409 million in the 3 months to December after steep falls in real estate, book publishing, and news revenue. Yep, there it is, book publishing. That's Harry's book right there. Interest rate rises, currency fluctuation, and a softer ad market drove the company's revenue down 7% year on year to US $2.52 billion, below market expectation. Net income after tax plunged 64% to US $94 million. Okay, analysis had forecast revenue of US $2.575 billion and profit of US $222 million, and investors sold the share down more than 6% to $28.20 by mid-afternoon on Friday. Okay, all right, the staff cuts, which could result in up to 400 people cut from News Corp's 8,000 strong. They had that many? No wonder why they had so much time to write nonsense. The amount of people, oh my God. 8,000 strong Australian workforce are expected to save the global business. Was it $130 million? What was it the other day I saw? There was a tweet that I saw. Some of the UK journalists, well, you don't call them journalists, those tabloid people, are moving to the US. So that must be part of that as well. All right, so I read some part of it. Now I'm done with this particular topic. Next tweet. All right, there's this here. It's curious how Benjamin recognizes and defends self-deprecation when it's delivered by a white British woman taking a dig at Meghan Markle. The BeKind brigade comes. Why do I have Andrew here? I put a note on the side as Andrew, but this has nothing to do with Andrew. All right, let me move this. Okay, I'm gonna move that for, I have other tweets regarding Meghan, so it's not part of Meghan. Okay, let's go to this. I want to focus on the news. Okay, this I'll come back to it. I remember switching it around because I have the term Andrew next to it. So this one, I retweeted it when I came across it. You see, there's my retweet here. All right, dear everyone, this is powerful. Love from you. Okay, what happened when an industry become above the law? New series coming next week with at Defense Truth and that. All right, so I think this has to do with ByLine. I haven't watched their videos lately, but ByLine has a YouTube channel. They usually report some, you know, the truth, not some, but the truth. All right, so
prior to me being a victim of one of these stories, I think I used to believe what I read in the papers, because you just presume that you can't possibly print lies in a newspaper. The fact is, you can, and he did, over and over and over again.
There's a music in the background, so I don't know if this will be playing, but I'll try my best. Where there's no one talking and only the music, I'll fast forward it and cut and fast forward it and mute it.
It's appalling. It's a scandal. It's a huge miscarriage of justice, and there ought to be proper investigations into it.
We were telling them there's at least 400 people in that building. We were out there on the night, we saw what happened. Why are you telling us that 7 people have died?
It must promote
That's regarding the Greenfield.
high standards of journalism and protect both the public interest and the rights and liberties of individuals.
The core criminal activity is hacking and blagging.
The illegal accessing of telephone calls, illegal surveillance, and essentially blagging out information. Now, those are monumentally criminal acts. You know, people went to jail for that.
The criminal activity is more serious and more.
Yeah, this is why Harry is taking them to court. The thing, what I think, okay, my humble opinion, with the illegal activities, and they were hoping people would not caught them, and hacking, the phone hacking, is that they want to gather as many information as possible, as many people as possible, so they could blackmail people in order for people to do what they want. This is what I think, and I think it goes to a higher level as well. The newspaper is carrying it out for someone, okay, so they could have control of people. Sometimes people have to depend on the stake of certain thing is to not give a F anymore. Okay, let them blab it out and deal with that, because when they're holding certain things against you and making you do some unethical things, this is where it's even worse. Okay, people are human. We could understand accident happen. You could do something that, yeah, it's not really a good thing. You don't want people to hear about it, but they're holding these kind of things against you. So you have to look at the pros and cons of either just let it be, let the people know if they already if they're holding that against you, or do you want to carry their act for them, which is even worse than the things you've done. Okay, so we all are human. We make mistakes. Look how they use Harry, and look at how Harry moving forward. He doesn't give a F anymore. Instead, he wants to tell people his side of the story, and then they're still bashing him for it.
In 2011, the prosecution against the suspects was dropped. It was the weight of previous police corruption and incompetence that the case collapsed.
Wow. This is sad.
He came into my home where I live with my child with a hidden camera. It doesn't just happen to celebrities and royal family at all. You know, I'm not anything like that, and if they'll come after me, they'll come after absolutely anybody.
Muslim people in the UK were experiencing unprecedented levels of harassment.
This is scary. This is freaking scary. They go after each one of you. If one of you fall out of line, they send their people to come and harass you. I don't know. At some point, I don't know when the UK is going to open their eyes. Okay, the little people. You got this young man. I don't know if I shared that video. Okay, who's in the crowd, who's holding a sign. Okay, he's not yelling, he's not doing anything, holding a sign. Next thing you know, the police went after him, and well, later I found out they did not arrest him, but removed him from that from the crowd. And I think he was probably one of the only person, and everybody else was just there waiting to see the royal. Whose royal was it? Was it Charles or William? One of those. Okay, so I don't know what the UK is turning into. It's just that, and this is another perfect reason, okay, that I said God uses Meghan to open people's eyes, to let people see who they're dealing with, even other countries, how they deal with the UK, because I don't think the UK have been playing fair with everybody else. Okay, in the facade, they may seem like they're doing the right thing, but in the back, okay, I don't know, but you could assume the things that they probably will be doing with your information that you're giving them, because they have access to a lot of different countries. How do they call it? The Five Eye, the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and themselves, to give each other information. So whoever is being too honest with them, they might abuse your honesty, and then whatever information you're giving to them, they use that in a way against you. Because this is the same thing they did to Meghan. So I could easily say that if they could do that to Meghan, they will do that to other countries as well. And then when you look at their history, the pattern of things, they've done the same thing over and over again. It's just now people's eyes are open. Okay? So let's continue.
Violent harassment at times, and abuse.
Hate crimes were higher. There was a sort of a sense of this sort of anti-Muslim rhetoric around the country, and I just didn't feel safe. And largely part of those headlines,
There's one video I came across. I purposely did not share it because I didn't want to go into the political aspect of it, but that comment just reminded me. There's some protests going on. I think there's a place that house refugee. I'm just giving you what I think I understand of what's going on. There's a place that houses refugees, and they have those far right making protesting, and then they don't want those people to be there and all of that. And I think in one of the comments, one of the things that I've said, it reminded me of this particular video which I share with you. This Ukrainian someone was housing that Ukrainian lady with her child, and then because her child go to the school has a different group of people, and the woman was complaining about that, and then they end that type of relationship. And now I'm saying, look what happened now. What are you gonna say to those far right people who don't even want you there? And then you see the problem is minorities, different colors, okay, the blacks and probably Pakistan, the Indian and all of that. But anyway, let's listen. But right now there is protests going on in the UK, which I'm not sharing.
Conceivable to me that a responsible journalist or a responsible publication would not take more care, would not strive to avoid aggravating that climate.
Attacks on democracy. Wow.
How can national newspapers purport to hold power to account in a national crisis, i.e. the coronavirus pandemic, when they're also accepting money from the government that's making those decisions in order to stay afloat and sort of boost its finances?
In my case and two other cases, we now have 3 MPs out of 11 on the select committee who have brought claims. And this leads me strongly to suspect that the whole of the committee was systematically hacked. And if that's true, it adds another insidious dimension to what was happening, because it is really an attack, an organised attack, on parliamentary democracy, scrutiny and accountability.
I don't know. I've seen, many people probably have already seen it, but as I look closer, since I've been doing videos about Meghan, I call it the 3 bases, okay? It's like a recycled thing. Everything is corrupted over there. They have their bodies. You see, you have the institution, you have the government, and you have the newspaper. The newspaper is blindsided people, distract people from seeing what the government is actually doing, taking their rights away, and do all of things, and then at the same time ignore some of the unethical behavior the institution is doing, the monarchy. And then the monarchy, on the other hand, pretend that it's helping people, but at the same time they're putting people into mental institution. So they all are one. Okay, they all are one. And one video I remember saying that it should be almost like the United States, where there is check and balance. Okay, the US have the Supreme Court, the House and the Senate. They all supposed to check each other out. Okay, they should not be on the same page. So when one of them does something that's not right, the other one call the other one out. Okay, this is how I sort of making the reference with the 3 kind of things in the UK. Okay, I don't know exactly the structure, the parliamentary, how it worked in the UK, but I took the newspaper, the monarchy, and the government, okay, as the similar to the US, where each one of them should be checking each one out. But what we are seeing, they all 3 are on the same page. Nobody's checking each other out. The other one is blindsided the people. The other one is pretending is helping the people. The other one is taking away from the people. All right, so let's continue.
You have newspapers looking out for their own interests, in line with the interests of politicians.
There it is.
Those interests are the same thing.
Free Street has...
There it is. That lady just said exactly what I said.
...lead our politicians away from forcing them in to a regulatory scheme which properly holds them to account. Now that is serious for us all.
It's still that, it'll be tomorrow's kind of chip paper mentality. But actually they destroy lives.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, they do destroy lives. My goodness. Okay, let's see here from... Okay, the UK media is out of control. Thank you for continuing this essential fight, huge. Okay, this has been going on for years. Why on earth will anyone continue to mingle with these people? Watching the current Prime Minister of UK doing interviews with Piers Morgan was shocking to me. We all know that the royal family helped them. There's a thing behind closed doors, but a Prime Minister engaging with a hacker, shaking my damn head. There's the thing. I saw that. Well, I didn't see the entire thing. I saw that particular interview. One of the questions that Piers Morgan asked him is it, are you rich or something like that? Yeah, are you rich? I'm like, why would that question matter? And I think that was the thing that put me off, and then I didn't even bother continue listening. Okay, I know this myself, as does my friend. It takes for one person to write lies in one single article about you, and it follows you around. I'm still having to dispute things that were written 22 years ago. Wow, they should be held accountable. Okay, where can we watch the full video, please? Probably on their YouTube channel, maybe. All right, thank you for doing this. So looking forward to it. Thanks for info. More details of where and when. Thanks. Thank you for doing this. You're backing. And then from my understanding, it was ByLine journalists, I think, who reported what Bojo was doing, which held him accountable to take him out, you know, where he had to step down, where he was meeting with spies of, how do you call this, of, how do they call them, Russian spy. I think it was ByLine journalists who saw that and reported and kept on it, even though he was trying to, you know, say he didn't do certain things, all sort of things, similar to what happened. The US was gonna go to the same thing. Okay, next tweet. Let's see this one. Okay, President Biden will not take part in a traditional Super Bowl pre-show interview this year after Fox Corporation called off the sit-down. White House Press Secretary Corinne Jean-Pierre says. Okay, I'm gonna click on this as well for you to read the article. Okay, let's see. I'll do the same thing as the other one. I'll read just that. Okay, Washington, the White House and Fox Corp, that's the Rupert Murdoch company, are involved in a public spat over the terms of traditional pre-show Super Bowl interview with President Joe Biden. In the past 10 hours, the White House and Fox have issued a range of conflicting statements. The interview has been canceled. It was back on. It's no longer happening. Karine Jean-Pierre tweeted shortly before noon that Biden, quote, was looking forward to an interview with Fox Soul to discuss the Super Bowl, the State of the Union, and critical issues impacting the everyday lives of Black Americans. We've been informed that Fox Corp has asked for the interview to be canceled. Okay, so that's that. Let's see here. Fox later said the interview was back on following some initial confusion. After the White House reached out to Fox Soul Thursday evening, there was some initial confusion. Fox Soul looks forward to interviewing the president for Super Bowl Sunday, a Fox Corporation spokesperson said in a statement. All right, so you could read this. All right, so let's see some of the comments here. A disgraced network. Okay, this is what some people are saying regarding Fox in terms of in the United States, and this is Rupert Murdoch, the company. Okay, nothing was lost. Wait, for Fox call it off first. So if Fox cancel it, why phrase it like the White House made the decision? Okay, are they scared of Joe? Fool. Okay, Fox is afraid of Biden boom, aka Doug Brandon, the awesome president of the United States, Joe Biden, and the Republican will complain, quote, why isn't he doing an interview? Snowflakes, Fox Corporation is wrong in this decision. This is a political motivation. All right, so there's more. Let's move on. So now I'm done with the politic aspect of what I've saw on Twitter. Now we're moving to Harry and Meghan, sort of. Okay, hopefully I caught everything and arranged them accordingly. All right, squad. Is one of your takes out of the book Spare that stood out the most for you? Couldn't get over how they had the favorite prince living in such a negative dungeon? Okay, that's Harry, where they're keeping him hidden out as well because of his popularity he held and demanding that he cut his beard. All right, so this person is talking about the book Spare. Quote, the fact that Mr. R felt secure enough, supported enough to denounce me to the monarch shows my true place in the pecking order, Prince Harry. Okay, the flat 3-tall window, but they admitted little light, so the differences between dawn, dusk, and midday were nominal at best. Sometimes the question was rendered moot by Mr. R, who lived upstairs. He liked to park his massive gray Discovery hard against the window, blotting out all light entirely. I wrote him a note politely asking if he might perhaps pull his car forward a few inches. He fired back a reply telling me to suck eggs. Then he went to Granny and asked her to tell me the same. She never did speak to me about it, but the fact that Mr. R felt secure enough, supported enough to denounce me to the monarch showed my true place in the pecking order. Yeah, I remember when he was reading that. Yep. Yet he was the most, he is the most beloved thing, prince in the UK. My goodness, this person who tweeted that is true. There's 7 comment under that. Let's see here. Okay, yes, this shocked me. Among many other little snippets of his less than pedestrian life, so different from what anyone would have imagined for the grandson of a monarch and son of the next in line. Yep. And he felt the same with Angela Kelly when she was making difficulties with the tiara. That's another thing. Yep. I don't think they really respect him over there at all. They don't. Okay, and he endured this. It become part of him. That's why it took him so long to see what was happening. And then when he realized this woman that he loves is gonna be going the same way, the same path as my mom, and get the hell out of there, because they never respected him. Okay, utterly shocking how badly he was treated, and I still insist Betty was the bad leader. Okay. Yeah, if you look at it in certain ways. And the thing is that Harry grew up in it, and they put him in his place the moment that he was there. The only person who was showing him something different was Princess Diana. Then they took that away from him as well. That's the other thing we need to think of. Okay, and the Kensington employees who felt bold enough to voice unhappiness that Harry stopped making them drink in the morning, not in the book, but from palace sources and the press. Harry was really treated less than an unrelated, very low and the rank employee. That is the saddest thing. And this is why they felt like the same treatment that they were giving Harry, that carried on over to Meghan. Okay? Without even thinking, the whole world will be watching. And Meghan is not about that. This is the thing. The same mentality they had with Harry, they carried over to Meghan. And this is what I said. I think God used Meghan to open people's eyes. There's one comment on that. Okay? At least the Gulf monarchies buy their princes, yachts, and luxury homes. Harry was treated like an entry-level civil servant living in a studio with a hot plate. I wonder what was behind that mentality. Okay, let's see here. Bullseye. It was shocking to me the way everyone treated him. This was truly shocking. A non-relative, and the one goes to his grandmother, the head state and head of his family of origin, to shoot on him. Further, it speaks volume, as H said, about his place in the pecking order. All right, let's go to the main comments, see what other squad are saying. So many things, agree with everything. I'm late and adding to this thread, so let me add something I haven't yet seen. What an absolute wicked Kate is. She gives insecure and jealous as F. Okay, that was a huge shock. Commercial, there's that. Okay, what set with me is how unsupportive and distant his family seemed to be, but they all will milk Harry's popularity to pop up the royal family. That this ad came to mind. Regarding the Invictus, was that the first Invictus that was happening in the UK? Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Message? Yeah, from Michelle. Oh, very amusing. So you would like to watch it together?
Yes.
Let's have a look.
Hey, Prince Harry, remember when you told us to bring it at the Invictus Games?
Careful what you wish for.
Look at the guy in the back.
Oh, really? Please.
Boom.
Okay, the thing is that, again, I feel like that not only do they keep some stuff away from the Queen, but then again, there's Harry, who sometimes have access to her and was able to speak to her and stuff like that. But the structure of things, like Meghan was saying, she would have thought behind closed doors, away from the public, people will act, the family will act like family members, right? But no, they keep that structure going even as a family member. So they ingrained that into Harry. So that's the thing that I'm seeing here. And then they keep things away from the Queen. I don't know. But when they told Harry that he will have to ask the Queen permission first, and this is why Harry had to make sure everybody else was not around when he asked, because they will automatically advise the Queen the bad way. That's another thing. Okay, how Harry found a true sense of family, first in Australia with Noel, Annie, and George, then in Africa with Mike and Tej, both more caring for Harry than his own biological family. And T and M treated both Chelsea, I don't know what's T and M stand for, treated both Chelsea and Meg like family as well. Okay, something he couldn't find in the UK. Okay, for me, one of the biggest is the brainwashing to believe the monarchy is a good thing. Secondly, by the gaslighting by his brother and father. Yeah. Okay, the way Harry still believed in that duty of the evil institution, still blame courtiers for his family's failings. Darling boy was horrid. It's hard to just remember this is what he grew up in. So it's, I don't know, I'm not saying it's right for him to feel the way that he is, but that's his feeling. But these are the things that was ingrained in him. He will have to find ways to get it out of his system. Okay, for me, I'm shocked at how nobody is talking about how suicidal Harry was, throwing himself into danger time and again, not caring if he survived it, and the army training. People went mad from that, but cricket. All right, let's see this. Okay, it's an awful feeling to know that you are the spare and therefore disposable. And Harry, they made Harry know he is a spare. He even explained it in the book, how if something happened to William, how he will be used to keep William safe and all this kind of thing. He explained it. And they ingrained that in him. How Harry survived, I'll never know. I think that Meghan saved them and in the end, and then he had to save her and leave the monarchy. I have yet to get through his book without crying. It's tragic to read. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, that both him and Will were not as close as media shaped it to be. They weren't each other's best men, lying about giving Meg security training, gaslighting from his brother and father condition he was living under, like drying his clothes on a radiator and falling ceilings. I was shocked by neglect and the disrespect from the staff. They gave him a room in the basement at Sandringham during Christmas. No one gave a toss about Harry. In my humble opinion, it was similar to being raised as a foster care. My goodness, putting his phone in rice, club age and downfall of it. The most heartbreaking moment was the swear on mommy's life part. He couldn't trust William. Then and there broke my heart. It's funny because it's not really funny, but just to think of it, that video that I have, it has been done before. It was at the beginning of when I started looking into Harry and Meghan, and I was like, I knew the brother was a bad actor. I knew he was a bad actor, and I didn't know how to convey that to say he was a bad actor. So I don't sound and get sued because I had to give an example, and then they reveal themselves. Okay, there's some good comments here. For me, it was the family isolating him from his wife when key decisions were made about their lives. For instance, Egg met with him when Meghan was away, and Charles and Camilla called a meeting. No, Charles and Queen called a meeting about the lawsuit without anyone from his team present, not to mention the bootlegging summit meeting. Okay, it takes, the only way I could see this, it's just layers of things to open people's eyes. Okay, and thank God both Harry and Meghan come out alive. Okay, having only a small part of the bedroom with a smaller bed and no view compared to the heir having the nicer and larger part of the room with a grand view. So sad how he was treated after his mom passed. This is what I said. Yeah, after his mom passed, they made sure to put him in his place. Okay, and then his mom was the only one who's telling him there's other things in life that you could become. And then this is what really saved him. Not only that, when you think about it, his mom money, the money that she left for him, that's also helped them. That saved them. Even in death, Princess Diana is helping her. There's some really good comment, but I'm moving on. There's a lot, okay? There is a lot. Let's read this one, okay? To finish with that tweet. Charles and William saw Meghan's brilliance. They didn't believe Harry deserved a first-class woman like that. I'm glad I'm finished on this one. This is a good one. They didn't want Harry to have a better military career, home or wife. The best was supposed to be reserved for the heir. The collective sabotage from the heir is wicked. Okay, let's see here. Yep, and it will be the ultimate downfall. Karma is a bitch. Honestly, it was the shrooms and pot smoking. This person, the shroom and pot. Okay, that's another thing. I've mentioned it lately. I've been mentioning this in many videos. Who is supplying Harry with drugs? when you look at when they're doing joint, how did they call this? When they're doing Harry and William doing joint interviews, when they ask Harry a question, the first thing that William jump in before Harry could open his mouth is that he's gonna be in the corner smoking and drinking.
Sort of pop stars you've had to deal with that have been quite tricky.
We couldn't possibly be so indiscreet.
The Spice Girls were quite keen to...
He's been the hardest. He's, you know, some cigarettes somewhere and a beer, that's about it, really. But apart from that, it's been pretty easy. You know, some cigarettes somewhere and a beer, that's about it, really. But apart from that, it's been pretty easy.
Outside and doing sort of fun stuff, but with an edge to helping people. How about you, Harry? He'd probably sit in and play computer games and drink beer. He'd probably sit in and play computer games and drink beer.
Okay, so they probably were supplying, this is the way that I see it, they probably were supplying Harry of drugs and all sort of things to keep him under the influence so he doesn't become level-headed and to do the right thing, because they wanted Harry to be the spare, to look bad all the time so they could prop up the other one. So I think they were helping whoever, I don't know who was giving Harry drugs and all of that, okay, for him to be in a bad state of mind. This is the thing that I've come to think of. I'm not saying this is exactly what happened, but when you think about it, someone in that high level, who is supplying him with drugs? Who is giving him drugs? Okay, people need to think about that. And now that, and the thing is, Harry was trying to better himself. It seems like each time he is trying to get out of the water, they're pushing him down, or somebody underneath is pulling him down, or they put a heavy thing on his leg and for him to not be able to swim above water. That's the way that I see it, because Harry was trying to better himself, but they keep on putting him down. Okay, so that's a good way of finishing that. There's more, but I have to move on. I probably, now looking at this, I probably gonna have to do 2 videos on those tweets alone. Next tweet: journalist was built a case, there's a thinking face, they was pushing him to do oh, perfect, I'm coming with this just when I finish with the other one. They were pushing him to do drugs and attacking his girlfriends. Harry getting panic attack. My opinion, if Harry didn't marry Meghan, he's supposed to be in a mental hospital. Meghan was sent by God. Like I was saying, I believe it. They tried the same shit to Diana and Meghan. Okay, I'm glad I read the last one that sort of, you know, continue with this one. Yes, I truly believe that, because they attack anyone of their enemy. They're trying to attack. The first thing that they do, without doing anything physical to them, okay, they go to the mental aspect. It's still physical, but you cannot see it, the invisible physical. If that makes sense, because you can't really see the thing that goes in the brain. Okay, they attack people mentally. This is what I think. All right, let's see. Oh shit, it's let me see. I'll turn it around. They put it sideways. Okay, a journalist, but none of that matters. Okay, this one cut off. We're into a position of great power, and lately she was focusing all that power upon me. She was hunting the spare straight out and making no apologies for it. She wouldn't stop until my balls were nailed to her office wall. Okay, so this is where that lady, that journalist, who thinks she got information about Harry doing drugs and all of that, and even though Harry was doing it, but Harry felt like there's no way she will know. Okay, I was lost for doing basic teenage stuff. Marco, there's that. No boy, no. And this is the thing that I keep on saying. People are not perfect. You will be doing things, human things and stuff like that. But these people wants to hold all of your imperfection against you, and then to blab it out to the world. All right, and then to make you do things, you know, unethical things, so they could write their nonsense. Okay, and this editor's estimation, Marco said, I was a drug addict. A what? And one way or another, Marco said that was the story she was going to, publish. I offer suggestion about what this editor could do with her story. I told Marco to go back, tell her she had it all wrong. Okay, this is the thing they were doing. And how did, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe the stepmom probably knew something and told the I don't want to go look into that. Okay, top secret psychological profile has revealed miserable mom to be Meghan Markle. Oh my God, where did this come from? Meghan Markle is a ticking time bomb who could explode. Okay, this shit is very small. Okay, who could explode at any moment, according to royal insiders. The National Enquirer has learned Buckingham Palace officials are concerned about the 37-year-old Duchess of Sussex tears, tantrum, and mood swing as she feud with sister-in-law Kate Middleton, and her father leaks intimate detail of her private letter to him. The palace watching Meghan's every move. Dishes a royal source. She'll need all the physical and emotional strength she can muster to survive it all. Powerful machinery. Royal fixer won't hesitate to use the alleged profile to destroy Meghan. Hey, they're letting it be known. And that's the thing, they're using the psychology of things on people and start spreading things. It's the same blueprint that they did to Princess Diana, where Princess Diana was saying that friends of her husband who was saying things that she's unstable, she's unwell, and all of that. Same blueprint here.
People were, when I say people, I mean friends on my husband's side, were indicating that I was, again, unstable, sick, and should be put in a home of some sort in order to get better.
Okay? And thank God, and this is what I said, God had to choose Meghan because she came in the institution as an adult. Okay? Throughout her life before then, there was absolutely nothing will indicate any sort of this BS that they're writing about her. Okay? So I think God had to use Meghan to show people the institution is freaking nuts. Okay? And then all of a sudden, the moment she stepped into the royal family and all this craziness is being written, Princess Diana warned all of us about this. And it's very sad that the UK, those people who were crying, putting flowers when Princess Diana died, is still eating up this BS and then are still getting in the bandwagon to bash on Meghan. And when in fact, when Princess Diana died, and this is what I said in one of the thumbnails, they are fakers. They are fakers. Okay, let's see here. Whose first marriage to producer Trevor Engrossing blew up? Okay, it's really hard for me to read. But when I'm editing, I'll enlarge it. You could read it faster and better on the screen. Pause your screen. Okay, whose first marriage to producer Trevor Engrossing blew up if she ever tries to divorce Prince Harry and gain custody of their children, of their child, at that time Archie, said an insider. Meghan should know she is facing a formidable army, and if she puts up a position to the palace, this is the thing, they were aiming for them to break up. That's the thing is, okay, that's the thing that they were going with, to break up the marriage so Meghan could leave, and then Harry stays with the kid. But little did they know, Harry lived with her and the children, and they left with nothing. If she puts up opposition to the palace's plan, she can expect it to be used against her, the insider said. According to Royal Mail, the analysis indicates Meghan's personality could lead her to fight for custody. You see? They're writing nonsense. Her personality. So they're already making the case for if Harry were, let's say there was a divorce, for Harry to keep the child. So they will bring this nonsense. Okay, fight for custody and smuggle her child out of Britain. Pursue unsuitable romances with older... What the F? Pursue with older men as she searches for a father figure. Yeah, they had their plan the minute that they know Harry was gonna marry her. They already got the father to do all this nonsense, and they all are baggage for God. Okay, lashes out publicly over the sacrifices she made for Harry and the royal family. Slip into drug dependency to numb her pain. What in the name? Quote, it would be a disaster to even consider one of those scenarios becoming a reality. Sources close to the royal said the concerns raised by the evaluation don't surprise Dr. Judy Kuriensky. If this is a real doctor, that needs to lose her license. Internationally known clinical psychologist, I guess she is, okay, who claimed that Meghan's alleged instability. What in the F? Just like I was saying, this person needs to lose her license. Did she ever look into Meghan, analyze her, for her to say this nonsense? Instability could be related to her pregnancy and pressure of skyrocketing from a B-list celeb to royal superstar. What in the F? Pregnancy alter mood, Dr. Clancy said. Meghan, what her acting career has to do with any of this? Meghan's hormones are totally out of sync. How do you know? Did you treat her? Which makes her act wacky. What? That's not a doctor. That can't be a doctor. The momentous shift and social status could have. And meanwhile, Meghan doesn't care about this freaking nonsense. This nonsense social status is in the UK's head. No one in the US care about this nonsense. They care about money. How much money could you make? Not that I'm saying it's right, but in comparison to the UK, created havoc in her head. How do you know? Added Dr. Kozinski, a fellow of the American Psychological Association, who has not treated Meghan, who has not treated the Duchess. So why would you say something on national, on newspaper like that? Oh my God, this thing took me forever. My goodness, let's bookmark this. I need to take a screenshot. Okay, journalist was building a case. Yep, that's exactly that. They were building a case. Yep, let's see here. Okay, well, you have the brother who seemed to have saying that Harry would be somewhere smoking, drinking beer, something whenever they have a joint interview, who was supplying Harry drugs. Okay, Harry was trying to get help and stop. Harry had no one around him to help him stop. In my humble opinion, they wanted Harry to be under the influence, it seems. Okay, the thing that I was saying earlier. Okay, or when I was reading it, it felt like he was on the verge of just giving up life. Luckily, he had Africa, a few friends, and a trusted bodyguard who he barked at but understood. Okay, yes, guys, remember the investigated journalist find out that everything other brother was doing was being pinned up to Harry. The visit to the rehab with the father, newspaper connected all the that. See why they hate Meghan, or why Diana had to say goodbye to her child. Yeah, like this comment said, they were building a case. Charles let Harry get blackmailed by a reporter. Exactly. All right, I can't believe I read all of this. Let's go to the next one. Okay, let's see here. Okay, there's that. Be kind, but not to Meghan, such hypocrite. So this person retweeted this person here. This is just nasty, unbecoming. Meghan looks like a school bully. What? Okay, so that was that. So this is the person. She took a screenshot and then she retweeted the thing here. All right. Okay, unforgettable to see so many people marking Sascha Walpole, the woman who took Prince Harry's virginity, for her looks and size. She didn't say a bad word about Harry or Meghan. She just wanted to take control of her own story after being outed. Nah, she added herself. She added herself. Oh my God, I can't believe people are something's wrong over there. There's something wrong over there. Harry didn't mention her name. She the one who took it up on herself to do her 5-minute fame. Okay, whatever happened to BeKind? All right, I'll go into that in a few. He's uncomfortable when it's a white woman, but really happy to pile on when it comes to mixed race princess. Cannonball right in with the rest. Okay, be kind to our own, not Meghan. Exactly, that's that. Being full of shit is what Butterbutt is about. Okay, Harry's reaction is sickening. He obviously resents her, but is too weak to stop the recording. What does that mean? How did he ever serve this country and the military? Well, he risked his life. He risked his life. I don't know why all of a sudden you guys feel like he didn't do the country a good service. But in his book, if you guys were making defense for him when the tabloids was writing nonsense about him, maybe the spare book will not be written. But all of you were shut your mouth down. And look at this. Now that he said his side of the story, you guys coming after him. And then to dare, how come he served in the military? To protect your dumb asses? Okay, that's why he's smiling at the story, because he resent her. Okay, who resent who? Okay, he was protecting at all time, usually found playing video games and his bunker surrounded by security, hence his nickname Bunker Harry. All the pics or media set up to make him look like a soldier. Okay, I'm confused with this, so I don't know what they're writing here. Okay, let me go into that. Oh, it's almost done. Okay, she looked like the working mom. Not all have the money to have nannies to watch the kids while we exercise and go to the spa. We take care of our own kids and work full-time, leaves very little time for ourselves. Okay, at Benjamin Butter, oh shit, they tagged them, needs to be told it is not just about her looks and size, it's more about her lack of self-respect and moral. That's that lady who outed herself. What decent woman will out herself as being used in that manner and be proud of it? Yeah, that's exactly that. There's one comment in that. Did they respond back? Okay, what about Harry's lack of moral? Putting this in the book about how he abused a young girl. But he said the woman was older than him, so the woman must have taken advantage of him. Okay, abuse a young girlfriend, and in my opinion, he is worse than this woman. Okay, in case you have not read the article, she was older than him. Judging by her own comment, she was not innocent or a first-timer. She should have known better. She took advantage of a 16 or 17-year-old. He did not go on national TV or mention her name. That's the part here. You know what? Let me leave this alone. Let's see this. I'm almost an hour. Let's see if this should start a new. Let's see if it has to do with. Okay, this picture, I'm gonna block it, but I remember why I bookmark it. It's because of the comments, not because of the person they're making reference to. Okay, Sussex Squad, who is this? Okay, you will not see the picture of who she's talking about. All right, so let me move it really quick there. Okay, someone who was in the conveyor belt before it got smashed to bits. I started laughing about that. I think my comment is in there. There's me here laughing. Too funny. Okay, too funny. There's that. That's one of Harry's ex, by the way. All right, I'm not gonna mention the name. If you see it, you see it. I'm gonna block any pictures that shows her, because I think Harry have shown very great respect in the book. It's just the comments that got me going. That's why I'm sharing this. Okay. Oh, okay, that's a bad pic of her. I'm glad she was in Harry's life when needed someone to see him for all he had to offer. Someone whose job is to smell the stinking things. Oh my God, that's what her face is saying anyway. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave it alone, because the way, when I was reading it at first, I thought it was really funny. And I have great respect for her. Okay, and Harry have shown great respect to her as well, all of his exes, and I think she was there in Harry's life when Harry really needed someone in his life. Okay, so this will be the last one of this video. I'm gonna create another one because it's gonna be about Meghan. Okay. Alright, so let's finish this since it has to do with Invictus. Okay, we don't talk about this video enough. Prince Harry was ready to break in that ping pong table Invictus game. I could see Harry and Meghan. Okay, they're playing a game. Once they start playing, they get really serious. They forget about lovey-dovey. I like Meghan's face on that one here. Look at, does it have a music? Let's see. Oh, there's no music, there's no sound. That's good. Look at Meghan's face here. Yeah, I like that. The little, yeah, like I'm ready. This one, this, like right here. I like that. Yeah, the little nod. All right, so that's here. How come I haven't seen this until now? These two. Meanwhile, they both are going through some stuff, unnecessary stuff. Unfortunately, may God protect them and their little family. Okay, 16 people like it and 2 retweet. The camera love Prince Harry and Meghan. Definitely. There's the loving eye. Sis, honey, I will blame Prince Harry taking Duchess Meghan right on that ping-pong table. Hoo, sexy all right now. Okay. Love these two together. Is their world, and we are all just living in it. Okay. I love this clip. Too gorgeousness. Okay, that was such a cute little exchange. I want a longer version. Yeah, yep. Okay, always ready. That gentleman. There's that. I need to see them together and a rom-com, please. Okay, even playing table tennis, Meghan and Harry look at each other and love it. Yeah. I don't know, for some reason I think when they're playing a game they probably get really serious after that, and then after that, you know, they go make up. Maybe the bet is if I win you do this, you know, during that time, and then if you lose you do this during that time. You fill in the blank. Okay, I can imagine the naughty thought going through their heads. Okay, I'm not the only one. There it is. I love it. Okay, the look he was giving her, fire. Okay, and Meghan too. I think that is the sexiest video clip I ever seen. Okay, this was so cute. Their chemistry is chef kiss. Okay, yep, LOL. Probably would have made Baby Sussex 4 on there if there was no camera. All right, there's more comment. I'm an hour, so I'm gonna stop this video here and then start a new one. Start a new one. Okay, the next one, probably shorter, is gonna be about Meghan. All right, so let's do a prayer. What should we do a prayer for? Prayer for, let's do awakening, because people need to see what's really going on so they can make a proper decision. Okay, awakening. Okay, let's see what pops up. A prayer for spiritual awakening. Show us your power and your glory. Help others to see the work of your hand. May our message of the gospel come across clearly and fall on open. All right, so let's look for an image for the thumbnails. Okay, I want a short one, not a huge one where I'm reading a biography. Kind of. Okay, I think I read this. This image looked familiar. Okay, I see this one here. All right, let's read it and I'll look for another one. Okay, the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Oh, that's unexpected. I think I like that one. I think that I'm thinking of her lawsuit pretty much. Similar to the comment that I wrote in the thing. Where is that? Similar to this. Where's my comment in here? Okay, how come I haven't seen this until now? These two. Meanwhile, they both are going through some stuff. Unnecessary stuff, unfortunately. May God protect them and their little family. See this part here. Unnecessary stuff, unfortunately. And this part, okay. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Okay. The courage to change the things I can. I'm thinking about the lawsuit. She's making sure. Look at that video that I had at the beginning. Well, not at the beginning. That I showed you. This one. Okay, I had finished upload and edit and put it out the same day. Okay, they denied the half-sister to depose her. So she's standing up. This is the thing I'm getting from that small prayer. I wasn't even gonna read it because it's so small, even though I was looking for a small prayer, but it hit the note. The courage to change the things I can. She's making sure to change the, you know, the lawsuit, to make sure they don't just walk over her. Because I think that lawsuit was a way for the sister to somewhat settle. And Meghan is like, no, I'm not going to settle with you. Okay. And the wisdom to know the difference. Okay. That's the one. Okay. I'm going to stick with that. So that's it. I'm going to do another video. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you.
Vanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we asked for forgiveness and please come back.